personal reasons. So hopefully he's able to come back at some point or another. You know, hope he's doing well in that respect. But Paquetá are fighting off against elimination here in this DreamHack Open 46. So we're going to have to see a capable T side if we want any sort of hope.
Paquetá is going to be going for more of the same with faster paced takes over towards the bomb sites. They're rushing out from Hut. It's going to be Lukazi to try and hold the fort, but he's just not able to find anything. Pack's the only one to get one, and even there, Paquetá have overwhelmed and found this round almost immediately. Young Sharks trying to get back onto the bomb site and have to deal with a man in the back line. That's Nathan, who's crept right back, and sure, he's traded, but he's done all he needs. David set up for the frag. Paquetá find their first, make it look easy.
Yeah, just running them over on that A site. And while they had the fast rotate for that third man, it wasn't enough to stop them. They just didn't find the kills fast enough and peeking out a little too far. There was going to be a kit for the recovery, but I mean, the Sharks on the retake didn't even get that far. So making sure that those avenues were cut off nice and early. And I imagine, you know, it'll just be one of those instances where Paquetá keep it simple. You know, the major core is still there, so they'll have the lineups for smokes and the sort. And we'll see if TG continues to be the one that leads the pack. Good nade at the start of this round, though. Paquetá are heavily tagged up.
It's going to be a bit of a problem for them because there's this scout that's going to be looking for them. What that looked like, it was right on point. JNT not able to find it, though. And Destiny was so good on the aggression early on in Mirage. Now he's looking to double up here on Nuke. Already full control having been established. His force spy from the CTs finding only one so far, and it seemed like that's exactly where it'll stop. Destiny being reminded, hey, mind your manners. Play with the team. We'll gun you down even if they don't. Zevi, though, makes it happen.
Oh,
gets to take kills. And now with the bomb drop, had a chance to make it back to a 1v1 if he'd only been able to face Nighton initially. But come on, guys, stop shooting each other.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that they didn't seem a little lost. Like they're in a 4v1 and they're kind of all over the shop. No one I think took reins on that situation. Just said, okay, let's go A. Let's get the bomb planted. Let's just set up an after plants, whatever. They wanted to try and hunt down that kill, only for them to get backstab for those two frags. Which,
oh come on, man, he's got a PP visor. I've got bad memories from yesterday with this one.
Now, on the North American side of things, we did see a little trolling. You know, a little bit of fun being had, but. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good round for the BB Bison. This whole tower.
I love it. They've done so much damage. It's back to a 1v2 as well. Zevi's found another in the meanwhile, and of course it's the Bison to save them. That was Destiny, Michael. The Tower of Babylon created to stop all, but it is the humblest of peasants that comes back to find it and bring it down.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
A Tower of Babylon?
Well, I mean, your reference. Yeah, I suppose, but that particular pistol stack, I mean, it gets so much done.
Yeah,
the money from Paquetá is not exactly ideal. And of course, it was the Bison that finished off the job, so you know, I guess you can't knock it.
Yes, you can, Michael. Oh. Yes, you can. Lukazi's been knocked out of his high perch once again. Young Sharks, man, just don't learn their lesson. Verticality doesn't really work. Actually, it does, but hey.
Yeah, still going 1-for-1 is ideal here for Paquetá, especially because they've got that player down towards Secret. Pac is here in time to make sure he cannot cross.
And IDK, I mean, he's already pretty weak. Now you've got an AK to deal with down under. You don't even have the safe. Hey, it's just an M4. Incendiary goes in deep. It'll keep them away from ramp. They weren't rushing in fast enough to make up for it, and they're forced to use a smoke because of that. Zevi's been given the time needed to rotate over, and it's back to taking a bit of a messy duel. Can't find the kill in the meanwhile. It's Rails in and Zevi. Clean them up, Pack to go down, but these players remaining are not with too much health.
Kind of a nice way to put it. But yeah, IDK has to do a whole lot of work. Two players close by in at ramp, and Nighton actually makes it down the vents. I thought he was going to be completely siphoned off. They can potentially get this one planted. Smoke down. Zevi cannot catch him on the cross, and IDK still holding for any sort of advancement.
This is such a good position for him to be in as well. Just these headshot angles, but as he's backing off, it's actually Rails in to catch him out. Zevi jumped up and he gave him the space necessary. Nighton's good for one, but one's all he's good for. And Paquetá, now they suffer. Because of that Tower of Babylon stack that they brought out, Sharks are able to reset the T-side economy in the 4th round, something you almost never see happening.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, half by territory now for Paquetá. It could act, I mean, okay, we're actually seeing a snap by AK. But overall, pretty good hold. over towards ramp. You know, even though they got IDK into that position down to Secret, he was solo, so they couldn't line up this flash. You know, he had no support, no trades available. And they were hoping to sort of, I think, divert attention away from that potential area, only for ramp to be met with heavy presence from the Shark side. So they've gone for a couple of these hero AKs. They forced around it as well. See if they can get anything done. Again, it's just speedy plays. They're running out red before some of those smokes have bloomed, and nobody's there to spot it there from the Sharks. But again, Pank is in position in time, so they cannot get past the elbow.
They're very heavily focused on getting hell control, and this is where Zevi's contesting quite closely. This is dangerous, but he's able to get one and back off. Destiny, a trade on the other side of the map is good for them. Does he realize there's another player here? No, not quite. IDK is also the one with the bomb, so in revealing himself, does show what the inclination is. The lower bomb site's been reinforced, and Pank catches a man in the air. It's Destiny to fall, Niton and IDK. We'll have to see whatever they can salvage. Now, IDK's position, once again, is a big boon to them, but with Niton falling, this is not going to be an easy round.
Yeah, not too far away from the action, but IDK hears all these steps, a 3-on-1 on this site, and they are going to double up for the swing on Decon.
Oh, they've even opened up the door. IDK had a chance to isolate those duels, but TNT just peeks into him, straight to the head it goes. Young Sharks find the second. And Paquetá, I mean, look, that's a force buy you're not expecting to win regardless. Getting the bomb plant isn't the worst thing in the world, and you do keep the CT economy somewhat humble, but with them recovering the op, they're happy with taking 3 players forward.
Yeah, it's just back-to-back rounds where they get the bomb plant down as well, even still. Now surely, half by territory. Because they're accruing a bit more of that loss bonus as well.
Yeah.
And hell, we're very likely to see this just quick collapse on the A bomb site. Worked out in the pistol round. You've seen how aggressive they want to be towards Secret and Garage, respectively. Even going as far as Secret control in a couple of these rounds where they can get someone down on the lurk. And I think really the objective is from Paquetá just to make Young Sharks uncomfortable in some of these setups, because it's not as though all of these plays are being telegraphed by crazy utility in from Paquetá.
And look, right now, Pank dropping the bombs unideal, especially considering the fact that it's dropped right into his awaiting arms. Paquetá might be able to get out a couple of players down to Secret, but that's only netted them a kill on a Zevi. Now, an AWP recovered is nice, but Niton has to do more with it.
I mean, he's been looking good with that ult within these 2 maps so far. We haven't exactly seen too many opportunities for it here on this T side, but I imagine he'll be happy to have that in his hands. And it's all about just bleeding out that clock and seeing what he can get done with it. You see everyone grinding to a halt here on the side of Paquetá. Niton's the most mobile because he knows he has the best chance at bringing an advantage their way.
That's a quick peek out from Pank to make sure once he sees the Molotov going over to Mini, he knew he had to peek out lest that duel be isolated. Of course, Molly doesn't actually spread to the corner off Mini, so he would have been fine regardless. GNT was there for the backup. That's a smoke that's not supposed to be there. At least I hope so.
Man, Pank's been so good in these rounds here for the Sharks. Just the fact that he's not peeking Garage as well. Niton's been holding him for so long, and he's never been given the chance. And yeah, understandable call to save here on the side of Niton. He's got armor, an AWP, far more value being saved than what would be brought forward as a result of that loss bonus.
Especially when you consider that the loss bonus is incredibly low, so the money for Paquetá is not good in the next one. I think it's a $2,400 loss bonus. So you're looking at barely a smattering of AKs, maybe 2 at best. You know, Niton can drop 1. Never mind. What am I saying? He doesn't have loss bonus. Why am I saying that, Michael? But yeah, they're at most going to have 3 AKs if they forego complete utility, but that just doesn't seem viable on Nuke.
But I sort of touched upon it there, but Pank's been so good as this floating rotate player, whether it's been dropping down towards the B bomb site and trying to keep players at bay on the side of Paquetá, or this time over, you know, he's in towards Mini and he's constantly rotating around. He's been a massively influential player in getting these 3 rounds together here for the Sharks. And yeah, just missing out on so much utility here on the side of Paquetá.
Even head armor.
It's just one of those positions which I don't know that the buying pattern is all too comfortable. Yeah, Destiny gone, isolated fight. And you can see once again, they're trying to apply this pressure outside, but there's a gap in the smoke that Pank cannot capitalize on.
He was hoping for it, but at least he's able to force IDK out into Zevi's hands. While he's retreating, he's helped JNT as well get a quick frag, and already a 5-on-2. Paquetá, man, you're not going to get these duels with the AKs. The map just isn't conducive to that without utility. Hey, crossing in is not going to be easy in the first place. At least TGE finds one, but, you know, that's terrible consolation. That's like someone patting me in the back and telling me, yeah, it's all right. Right after I've lost my job, my dogs have fallen ill, and my kids have told me they don't love me anymore.
I love that as well, because they were trying to chase down Pank in midi, but he was like a piece of bait, just being constantly reeled in by the fishing line into a trap.
Yeah. 2 players inside the bomb site just waiting for anyone to peek in after him.
Oh, while they may have looked... They might have looked a little easy to start on this P side for Paquetá. It was all about speed and getting those entries. Just, again, they've been trying to make them uncomfortable in these gun rounds, but the Sharks have been able to navigate out of the rougher waters.
IDK's found one, but the trade is good. Zevi's also right around the corner, and this is where he has to step up. But Knighton's retreat actually gives them a sustainable advantage, something they haven't had in a very long time.
Well, they're double wrapping hell, and the Sharks do know about it. One player was making a lot of steps outside, but they're all making their way up that ladder. Bomb's still outside of lobby, so it has to be recovered by TG at some point. They're clearing out the site, but while the site might be cleared, they don't have that bomb.
Yeah, and Zevi and JNT are coming in from the side as well. Suddenly, David's position is going to be key, but now he's been spotted out. Not the instant shot, but even then, it's his drop down with Zevi intercepts a shot to the head, which I hope we get to see on the replay. I really want to see what that looked like from Zevi's perspective.
Yeah, not many times you're going to see a player jumping off the rafters for a peek like that. But even with them swarming in towards this site, Zevi's just in at main and constantly picking piece after piece. What on earth were you doing with that fight, David? The landing and accuracy for that has been improved massively, in all fairness.
I just like to imagine that in his head, he's just saying to himself, I believe I can fly!
Oh, God.
Zevi, though, again, aggressive outside. The smoke's going to be good enough to block him off. Even if that smoke might not be good for much else. He's actually managed to... No, that can't have been Zevi. A tag on a Destiny? No. Actually, Knight and IDK already down. The smoke's not helpful. Lukowski finding another. And again, man, Young Sharks just get advantage after advantage in these rounds. And Railzin's not letting up. He's got another chance, but overstays that welcome. He's okay with that. 4v2.
And it's hard to not think that Paquetá just... It feels like they lack direction, which is again, that conversation we're having about the in-game leader and not being present with them. Now in a 2v4, it's just all about communicating between the two of them, and they don't exactly have copious amounts of utility. Decon can't be smoked off. Molly at the double doors. TJE will clear it. Or TGE. Might be an open and shut case. TG's doubled up with his teammate, and in at the vents, JNT does so much damage. Zevi on the trade, now TG on this clutch, and with Zevi low round the corner, they can get around onto this bomb, but it's planted for TG in an advantageous position. Smoke is massive, though.
Oh, he's got to start to peek out over here. Finds himself the first adjustment. It's a one-on-one. Bank barely gets it. TGE made it look possible at the very least, but still can't get the 2v4 out. At the end of the day, numbers win out, and Young Sharks find their 6th. AWB recovered as well. And Michael, just to build up on what you're saying, I don't even know if it's about like, you know, this team doesn't have a direction. It's almost as if they're willingly choosing not to. I'm not going to lie to you. This looks like they might have actively made the choice to not really have a proper IGL for this match, you know, for this particular map even. Because a lot of these players seem so disjointed. It seems like they're saying, okay, we all go out, vaguely cover this area and find a pick if you can.
Yeah. It just feels like a little too many cooks in the kitchen type thing. Like, I'm going to make a play. Yeah, so am I. And then both plays don't work.
At least you can blame the other guy for his play not working, you know? That's a healthy team environment. David, though, he's going to start to move in. And the question is, can they actually move past onto the bomb site this time over? They've isolated one, but Lukowski and Zevi are able to double up. And Zevi's just going for more. Bombs being planted, it seems like, on the other bomb site. So they have found that somehow in all the chaos. Bank, of course, realizes this, but he'd rather wait for his teammates to start coming over. A spam wouldn't go amiss. IDK's got to be careful. That rifle sticks down. He's going to be in a bad place. TGE and IDK doubling up. IDK good for one, but TGE can't provide him any support whatsoever from this position. He's waiting for the push to come through. Caught out, and it's going to be the Trace to take them through. Young Sharks all the way up to 7.
Yeah, well, they might have been able to get that bomb planted on B. As soon as that rotate comes in from the vents, it's just thunderous applause of footsteps from the Sharks. Like, congratulations, you got the bomb down. But they just have such a big numbers advantage. And just a little bit of discomfort there because they knew the numbers were coming. TG, like you said, was trying to get into this place to support. It gets caught in transition. The Sharks are looking good in terms of how they're moving around the map, how they're reacting to some of these plays. Even if Paquetá are sometimes flipping the net in some instances, it feels like the adaptation is there. And large in part by those key players, you know, the likes of Zevi and Pank, who have constantly been rotating around the map to get into these spots.
Oh, come on. Give him a chance, guys. 5v3 before the round's even begun. Bring it down to 2. Why not? It's a countdown, Michael, and the countdown is to the death of Paquetá. Maybe they can put a pause to the timer, though. But they're going to need a big showing from Nighthawk and TGE.
Hey, who'd have guessed it? Another 4-on-2. Actually, a spot where Zevi is likely to get caught out. All about the timing, whether he considers it. Nighthawk rounding the corner, and Zevi wasn't looking. He didn't go around the box, though, and yeah, easy shot to the back.
That little scope sound, that's that millisecond when you know you're dead.
Yeah, that's the precise moment that his heart broke. See in the freeze frame.
Along with the rest of his body. TGE, all alone. Dead. No longer alone. Happy endings, I guess, for both sides in some ways. I was really hoping you'd pick up on the countdown, Michael, and go into the final countdown theme song, but no.
I mean, I'm not gonna sing for you, not on request at least.
At least ta-na-na-na, ta-na-da-da, ta-na-na-na, ta-na-da-da-da.
Are you done?
I was hoping you'd pick up, Michael.
Nope.
Michael, Michael, you're not fun, Michael.
I mean, you know, on request.
On request. Well, maybe one day, but Paquetá right now, they're not having much fun on the server either, and that's despite not having Michael on their team.
Oh, down towards Secret they will go. The smokes do have this gap in it, but none that Young Sharks will be able to spot. Hank actually catching a player on the cross. A lot of damage trying to move past this smoke, and they find the kill that they need to. The tags are big, but David and TG on these entries are bigger. They have this B-bomb site, and they have so much more control.
Pat just stands his ground there. He doesn't move at all despite being spotted out. JNT's found the equalizer. The bomb's also gone. What's going on here, Michael? Turns out Lakauzi has to be careful. He's being gone on himself, but he's able to round the corner. Peeks back in with the scope. Can't find the frag. He's been tagged and brought down. Nighthawk the one to do it. And now a 1v2 is doable, but with the bomb being where it is, I am not as sure. Is he gonna circle around from Mini?
He's got the time to do it, I suppose. If we're going to see a bit of a clowny round, may as well get the whole circus.
I mean, look at him in the camera as well. He's just like bobbing up and down. He knows this could be his moment. He knows this could be his call. Paquetá have lost 8 rounds in a row. Nighthawk yet to deliver some sort of a big round win for them. Back to the one-on-one. Rails in a position where Nighthawk's been caught out before. Surely he's going to check it this time over, but he's got so many angles to be careful of, and a small off angle is what delivers Rails in the victory. 9th round in a row. Young Sharks can do no wrong.
I don't understand the thought process. They're collapsing on B. They find the entries that they need to, and then by his lonesome on a little Dora the Explorer adventure, he's wrapping the heavens trying to get the bomb planted at A instead. Like, I understand you can think about this mentality of, you know, they're going to heavy rotate to B. They're going to think it's the B bomb side. Haha, we one up them. But losing the bomb is worst case scenario. And it just didn't feel like a proper strategy.
Oh, Destiny! The Angel of Death has dropped in, baby. Question is there any more deliveries? Yes, there are. JNT goes down, and now on the bomb side, Destiny just waits for the peek from heaven. He's got 3. No way you're getting past him. Not today. Paquetá. Entries were found in the previous one as well, but they couldn't capitalize. Now Destiny's taking matters into his own hand, told Nighton, hey, just don't lose the bomb. And then I've got you.
Yeah, they know where Zevy's coming from as well. He made a scope noise in towards Secret, so TGE just holds. Make sure that Zevy can't make that rotate, and Destiny's coming in from behind. He's gonna knife him. He is.
Oh, this is an awkward angle as well. It's gonna have to be the double right click. He's wondering about it, and oh, he's got it. Circling around. Why not Destiny? Why not have gotten the ace, but he ends it in style anyway.
I don't think he was sure he was going to be given the backstab, right? He's just like, am I at the right angle for this?
Oh, look at that.
That first entry is so ridiculous.
And then just 2 afterwards. Oh, love it. He's not going to let them get out with at least a little bit more of a fight. And look, they are still in a position to contest for stakes. If they win this one out, CT money is gone. So all jokes aside, Paquetá are very much in the running for being able to have a reasonable CT half later on. But Pank finding one early in, that's Destiny to fall. The main man of the previous round not quite doing the same.
IDK, sneaky man. Went right into Garage just around the Molotov. And sure they're that man down, but it's the position that they may not expect. Zevy down towards lower. There's TG round the other side. They've wanted to get players around to this elbow a fair few times over, but the wide swing, Zevy missing the shot, and actually TGE punishing. That's a big kill to find. But once again, Pank is coming in with crucial frags. He's got himself up to 3, and Lukowski punishes TGE, rotating back round. Now it's Nighton, a 1-on-4 with this AWP, where, yeah, some of the positions are known, but now they could have moved from anywhere.
I mean, Nighton, he's not going to be given any easy deal whatsoever. Pank's at an off angle on his low HP. And after that, there's going to be trades potentially to come to if you want to go in towards the A-bomb site. The Heaven player is not going to be easy to flick onto either. They know he's also the opper, so, off angles galore. Now, he does find the first, and there's going to be no hanky-panky at the end of it all, even if he has found 3 early in. Nighton still trailing forward, trying to circle around just in case there's a man on the inside the vents. He's got a second one. Suddenly a chance given over. Working around the clock is going to be hard, though. Has to lead up and find this kill. Lukazi around the corner, and Nighton's got it. 2 HP on the man, but an AWP on AWP, it doesn't matter. This is where he has to be aware of JNT's position. Nighton's done it all.
Man, that's big time from Nighton. Around that looks like it's completely gone out of their favor, and he picks them to pieces. Individual peak after individual peak. And he forced them into those fights as well. He shot at the vents. They take that fight. And then when he brought it to the 1-on-1, it's just about who's a little quicker to the trigger. And Nighton has been hitting shots on this all series long. Hey, I mean, we had a hero round from Destiny. He got his 4K. He adds the knife, and Nighton now in a clutch. He adds his flair to it as well.
Why the hell not, This is where now, again, trades there. Destiny needed more because Zevy was aggressive, but Nighton can once again make up for it. Immediately picks up his chances a little bit more when IDK finds Lukowski, and now you're suddenly looking at what could be a 9-6 half after Young Sharks get 9 in a row, Michael. GNT and Rails then hoping to establish some semblance of order, but IDK is already ready for them. Bomb can be planted. IDK's got to be careful, and as he'll be peeked into, he's ready for the peek, but all he gets is damage. GNT still needed the reload, but can't get it. Paquetá up to 6 despite all odds, and they'll have a chance on their CT side. We'll be back after a short break to witness it. spree of miraculous individual performances find Paquetá at 6, and Young Sharks have reason to be worried. This pistol round might be enough to ease their tensions. I'm Tea Time, joined by Michael Yumi Cassidy to take you through the action.
Yeah, really felt like they got hit with a few saving graces with those hero rounds, and it could be enough to really spur them on now that they're onto the CT side. Destiny, Doolies are out, IDK joins him in that affair, but it's these long-range fights that are also important. Zevi being able to pluck out Nithon, and now they're trying to make this cross in towards Secret. They need to get their hands back onto this bomb because Destiny was applying heavy pressure. Reelson able to reel that one back in, but now the fact that that bomb was spotted and he's so separate from the rest of the squad, this is dangerous.
TGE is pushing forward. He might be able to catch out the bomb, but it's David to do it all. What in the world?
Okay.
Give me that replay. I gotta see how that came up. Just comes out, peeks in, gets 3. God damn.
Yeah, the Sharks recognize as well the dangers that lie ahead, and so they try to run up the vent, and that's where David just runs them down.
That is
Stay out of my bomb site.
Paquetá able to scrounge back that together. It looked like for a second Dave was just going to be overwhelmed with 3 players rushing him down. But yeah, if you hit shots like that, why not? Now he's even getting aggressive on top of Garage. Excuse me. Finds himself one immediately. Spotting out the second. Got to be careful. Okay, maybe it doesn't have to be careful, Michael. Concern is for the weak. And you don't have any reason to be concerned if you're David.
Yeah, even when they were kind of down in some of these rounds, you know, every time we tune into that David cam, he always seems to have a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
You know, when you're losing, I'm
going to be on top of Garage.
But especially when things are going right for you, you know, that smile just gets a little bit bigger.
Like, that smile just means, hey, they don't know what's coming for them.
Yeah.
And look, let's not forget, CT side of Nuke, a lot less reliant on coordination between, you know, individual players when you're going for something like an execute, obviously, compared to the T side. The coordination more comes down to rotation and comps around it. So you can play a little bit more puggy in that regards as well. And that's what IDK is doing right now. So much damage, but the kill's not found. Destiny, the only one to frag, but it's Nithon who's dropped the bomb and found a pathway back to safety.
Oh my god, they were just in their face at multiple points. David's not done either. He wants to keep pushing from behind, and he's found the kill he needs to. Lukowski, Zevi, they're both quite low. And while they will get their hands back onto this bomb, they will feel kind of surrounded. You can see that smile on David getting even bigger. He knows that they're in a world of hurt.
They don't know what's about to hit them. I'm in their spot. Wait, they have someone in there. Why are you still in your spot? Get out of here. Kazi and Zevi are also both incredibly low, so Nithon's MP9 is not without threat. God, where do you even go if you're in the Young Shark?
Yeah, there's blood in the water, but it's the shark's blood, and so the paranoia is setting in.
They're just swimming around chasing after their own blood.
There's always a bigger fish.
All right, now it might be Nithon who's swimming around underground. Not much HP, but this angle could be exactly what he needs should they come out of the double doors, and that's where the opening is coming in from. Nithon's waiting, smoke out, and Lukowski has to be careful. He's inside the smoke now, backing off. You can't try and go with that knife. David shuts him down, and Zevi says, thank you very much. Why the hell not? And I'm not going to lie, I don't even blame David for that one. Yeah, Nithon being inside that smoke might be a little bit overkill.
Yeah, I think Nithon was pretty much dead regardless. What are we? Switching to MOBAs? He gets the deny instead, so no cash bonus. And love the little X-ray flash we get there of David lining up his teammate and the enemy. But, you know, that little added chaos couldn't win out the clutch. I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going on.
I wonder if that's like an HLAE thing, you know, with the little X-ray flash. That was really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Sure as hell flashy. But yeah, second time over for Nithon. 2 1v4s on Nuke this month.
Not too surprised, but yeah, I mean, you know, obviously shout out to AZS for our stats. You can go.
I mean, 1v4s ain't exactly easy to come by.
That is true, Michael, but at the same time, with the circumstances teams are putting him into, I'm not surprised with the kind of win rate they have on Nuke that he can come up with a few big numbers.
Like, we're going to condition you. Here are all the ankle weights.
Yeah.
I'll take them off. You must feel the clutch at every opportunity.
Oh, well, IDK feels something. It's a tickling. And he's not feeling happy. At least he was blind, yeah? He couldn't see it happening to him. Just goes down and it's an easy death. Paquetá, Very little utility on them as well right now, so those rifles have to come up big, and Nithon's found one, so equalizes the affair.
Here they go, in at ramp, and Nithon's the man they have to beat past. And jumping right up. JNT picked out of the air, and it's all too easy. So while they had a bit of space for just a moment, Nithon being there in time means that they can start to collapse on this B bomb site, and the Sharks won't feel like they have many other places to go.
He just doesn't stop moving. He gets one kill and is already in position for the next now. David's here to try and pick things up, but the doors are already open, so Bank has to be very careful. Nithon's rotated yet again. While the glass has already been broken, Railsin will fall. The bomb can't be planted. It's a 2-on-4. Young Sharks are being choked in, and they just don't have the force to fight back. Destiny trying to box them up, but he's found ahead, and it's Zevi who's dead. TGE walks right in. Paquetá have pulled out Michael's favorite snack. It's a sandwich on B.
Hell yeah. And the fact that they had no smokes, no nades, no kits either. As soon as the smokes come out from the Sharks, they just keep on spamming through it, keep applying that pressure. Are they going to jump through? Are they trying to line something up here? You can see the nervousness from Sharks as they were surrounded by all sides. There was no escape. As soon as they made their way onto that bomb site, that was destined to be their grave as well. Really appreciate the reactions overall here from Paquetá. They've been hyperactive in the early stages, looking for aggressive positions, and then they're reacting accordingly as well when they're under pressure. Zevi jumping over, but Lucalzi's the one that instead finds the kill. Round the red container, goodbye, good night.
And it's Destiny. Gotta be careful because the pillow's coming up over his head as well. Has to move away before it snuffs him out. And there you go. Pank the one to do it. I actually Googled that once, Michael. It's very hard to actually get someone down and out with a pillow to the face.
Don't imagine you get invited to many slumber parties.
Yeah, but that's just because I don't have any friends, not because of the pillow Googling. Oh, Nithon.
Well, it's also just to note, this is kind of an unwinnable round because that bomb's dropped on top of Mini. So they have to win on elimination here on the side of Sharks, which, you know, they've got that numbers advantage and they're trying to get into these lurking spots. Don't know if Nithon missed the timing.
Railsin might be able to circle around, but the problem is that glass isn't broken yet. Well, there you go. Okay,
that's awfully nice.
Okay. Lines us up perfectly, and Pank's been found. TGE takes him down. That's the only AK they had over, and the scout's gone too. If Railsin and JNT can pull this one together, that's going to be one for the highlight reels. And they seem to know. Okay. Gets a headshot. Yeah. Keeps his honor, at the very least.
Waited for such a long time, too. Like this. This will be my chance to strike. Sir, we're dying over here.
Paquetá equalized, though, Michael. That's big.
Yeah. And it's not as though Paquetá don't have these chances. We talked a lot about the fact that they do have the individual skill to back it up. The big positive that we always talked about was the chemistry that seems to be there for the players. And now that they're in this spot where, you know, we're getting the flares from players like David, like Destiny, like Nithon as well, you can get them into this position where even if they don't have that same cohesion, the individual players are there instead.
And I really want to commend TGE as well, because one thing he's been very good about is enabling that sort of aggression as well. You always see him just in this position where he can cut off a flank, where he can cut off a separate angle so that the opponent can completely isolate out the duel. Rather, so that his teammate can completely isolate out the duel with the opponent. And that's really what enables this comparatively unstructured, bizarre sort of super aggressive combo that you love to see from Paquetá coming out. TGE's putting in a lot of the spine into that.
Yeah.
TGE, though, he's tired of being the backbone. He wants to find them instead, and that's where already his teammates are gone. Pank has found 2 before being traded. That's a big double to get.
Yeah, Pank's been really high impact this game, right? Isn't leading in terms of those kills because Zevi as well has been having a hell of a game.
Yeah. Especially on that CT side. Nithon. Okay, Nithon. All right, that's a spinner, and he's got 2, maybe even 3 to be on the board. He is considering the wraparound, but he can't adjust in time. JNT is able to equalize, and Paquetá has to be careful. JNT just peeks out. He's not welcome. Not at all.
Gets out of there, had the bomb so he can get that one planted. Now under the safety of Lukowski, but they're coming in from two different directions, both heaven and towards main. And Lukowski spots the first and turns for the second. Big time clutch there from Lukowski. And it's another round here from the Sharks where they need it the most. Paquetá were really building up a storm.
I mean, this is so similar to Mirage, where Lukowski just steps up at a crucial point. And again, the 2v1, and sure, he knows the position of the first, so it should be easy enough. But man, taking the prerogative to swing out into TGE, that's big.
That almost looks about as chaotic as some of the rounds we saw from Paquetá on their T side as well, though. You know, that bomb in a really awkward spot where, you know, had he fallen, then the Lukowski has to go on this really awkward adventure to recover it.
Ooh. I like how it's just a comparison of Paquetá, the entire team, and Pank.
Yeah. Doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, just showing off the impact that you were talking about, Michael.
Yeah, a large part of it was definitely more CT-sided, but now in a round where, you know, maybe they start to feel that momentum slip a little bit. You know, they're feeling, I imagine, pretty confident when they're on that CT side, only for these crazy, unorthodox rounds for Paquetá to come through.
Yeah.
So now they get a clutch of their own.
Oh, careful now. Pank's already down, and TGE's got another. They're getting aggressive. It's back to basics, and JNT's taking them out. No room for basics here. At least that's what Young Sharks would like to say. But unfortunately, that lobby crunch coming out is just beautiful. GNT's double doesn't deter at all.
Yeah, they were worried. They were worried about a thing. The Sharks weren't prepared for that at all. Just getting pushed right into from every possible avenue as they're, you know, trying to get composed, maybe for a bit of ramp control, just holding towards lobby, you know, go for the door spam as you do.
I also really like the fact that there's so much action happening at the same time. Pretty sure even a replay, I was like, oh, wait, what do I show?
What happened?
I can't, and who could blame him? At this point, though, are you kidding me, Destiny? No, you can't be serious. He just gave them a free AK, and they have armor on Lukowski to try and make that work. At least they dropped the bomb, but I mean, is that worth it?
Getting callbacks to Mirage here, where they're just pushing so aggressively. Started out the CT side with a bit of it, but this feels a little too much. I mean, David's got in behind them. There has to be a pressure point somewhere.
David, no. Oh, look at his smile. Look at his smile. Oh, he knows he can't go for
this is a more dangerous one, though.
Yeah. Oh, my God. He's going to go for it. Oh, he's gone around the corner. Look at his face. That is one of pure joy. Oh. He's having fun in this game, if nothing else.
They're in their heads. They are in their heads.
Rentry. TGE. I mean, that is nuts. Actually insane. Lukowski at least finds one more. Even recovers the M4. Can swing out if that op shot is missed, but JNT's found Knighton. Suddenly, who's in whose heads? David. A few less smiles and a lot less laughs, but that's the op on the other side he had to contend with. Lukowski will save the day again. I don't know what that round was, but one thing it definitely wasn't was clean from Paquetá. Young Sharks winning it out on an eco.
Yeah, while they may leave some nightmares to knives, that's inserted right into the brain of the Sharks. It's bullets that are being received in the Paquetá brains instead. Yeah, just losing out on too many of those kills when it came to that 2-on-3. And in spite of the crazy adventures of David in that round, too much to ask for. That wasn't a round that Sharks were supposed to win in any respects either.
I just need like a fan cam of David constantly.
He's his own hype man. He's actually just been looking so entertained this game. Here we go again.
Gotta be careful. Almost caught out, but he's got the adjustment in time. Can't double up. No surprises about that. Paquetá's aggression will find them an even scoreline, but David wants to take it one further. He's able to adjust. What a shot coming in with the verticality, even dropping down. It's TGE to add another to the tally. David's not done yet. Still aggressing through. The bomb's been dropped, and it's Paquetá to find another one, equalizing yet again. They can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, so often we actually talk about momentum as being a key factor in these games. You know, you can kind of feel it in the air about how the game is going to transpire. But back and forth, we just keep getting these switch ups where even with Paquetá with some like crazy positioning or, You know, great individual play. Then sometimes Sharks, you know, slither away with a win.
I mean, Michael, all I can say is, God, I won. Oh, interesting. But
wow.
I really want to have Dust 2. Like with what Paquetá is doing, I just want Dust 2.
Yeah, and that would, I think, kind of hurt the Sharks. Because you imagine they were in a pretty decent position coming into this game. We've added that caveat so many times over. You know, they're playing with that coach who hasn't been a caveat. He hasn't been this void that needs to be accounted for so much on the Paquetá side, because he's pulling his weight. Again, like they were saying on the desk ahead of this game, is that he doesn't look like someone that's just come in to substitute. He looks like a player in his own right.
And IDK right now wants to make a play. He's found 2. What are you talking about? Somehow the double lobby crunch in a row's worked out. They've found the advantage, and they still doubled up inside vents. JMT's traded. You're in a 2v1. Lukowski, a Tech9's his only friend.
Made a lot of steps. I still don't know, though.
He's still far away, so they might not have heard. And with that flashbang, his position's definitely known.
Is it?
Guys?
Are they talking?
You've got to know now.
Yeah, now he's fired a shot, so any doubts?
Okay, wait. What's going on over here? DGE around the corner. It's a jump up. He's found it. A one-on-one back to it, but the bomb can't be recovered. Nighthawk missed the shot. Peeking out. Lukowski again. The eternal savior. Somebody call the WWF. This guy is stopping Sharks from going extinct.
What is happening in these rounds, man? Continuously, they push into lobby, they take these fights early, and the Sharks just keep getting punished for it. But then there's this one unaccounted player for who's not exactly being the sneakiest. You know, he's running around with pom-poms out, and nobody's turned to look at the cheerleaders. I cannot believe he's been able to get away with that. Again, like you said, bailing them out of this really bad situation. Stopping these Sharks from going extinct on Nuke.
I mean,
it's more tricky plays. Destiny, where else would you be? I feel like he's been in lobby more times than he's been on a bomb site. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna try and make sense of it all anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta ride the wave rather than go against it. And with 3 players going into lobby pretty soon, I'm ready for this wave, Michael. Scout goes out trying to get the tag in. Zeby's unable to get it, but he is actually hit up by that Scout. So peek out could have been a big kill to get, but the Deagle R57, whichever one it was, can't quite connect. So somehow Sharks have a sustained advantage. Okay.
Oh, God.
They were expecting it. IDK's done this before, and now they know, but it's Night on the fall up next. Young Sharks are finally looking like they might have a clean round to take home with them. Destiny, however, might want to muddy up the soil a little bit more. Young Sharks have revealed their intention of going up in here. Destiny misses out on the first one, and it's all TGE. He can't get it done. The Sharks keep 5 players alive. Haven't been able to say that for a very long time.
Yeah, because of the prior conditioning of all of those lobby pushes, you could see as soon as they got that kill on the AWP, the communication started coming in like, I'm going to need some help. There's no way they're just going to let me get away with this. They know I'm tagged with a scout. And as soon as they bailed away, they were holding for the fact that there would be this T roof push coming in, because like I'm sort of mentioning, they've been conditioned to believe that that's a possibility now with how many times it's happened to them.
I'm still not counting anyone out because this lobby crunch has worked too many times. They could have been a big one, but instead, actually, somehow still goes their way. They found 3, and TGE is going for more. A coach, they said. A coach. But don't look a gift house in its mouth, otherwise TGE's going to pop out, wrestle you down, and Troy is gone. Historically accurate, really.
Going through.
Oh, Pank. Position given up, but IDK has got an up. Not the best of weapons for the one-on-one, but the best of positions, absolutely. Spider-Man would be envious. Oh my goodness, no, you can't be. You can't be serious.
He just had to secure it.
I love this.
He was going to get the leg or the wall bang instead, so he drops down. You know, those down cues, he's not going to react in time.
I mean, all we need now is Mary Jane, Michael.
I feel like we've talked it to death already, so I do not envy the analysts for having to break down the second half. Maybe they don't even talk about it, you know? Maybe just sweep this one under the rug. It's like, heavily neck and neck, and they don't want to let up again. It's just constantly making sure that ramp is an area of denial. Lobby is not a safe haven.
I mean, this lobby's so contested, you might see it shut down pretty soon for COVID control. Destiny and company, they still want to go in. They've got it. How are they getting this every time? God, just go outside. Just go outside.
They're gonna live and die by their own terms. How dare you? This is our lobby.
Nightlone's found one. What about that lobby, Michael? Destiny's again just waiting outside of the squeaky door. GNT, meanwhile, he seems to be the only silent person in this entire server. They've crept forward, lining them up. They found two. No one's actually watching for the push through from HUD. Now Destiny has to be the one who comes up big. They should be expecting it. Indeed, they are. Paquetá have been left with IDK, and he's going for it. No concern about their economy whatsoever. But I guess that's just for the team.
Well, now backed up against the wall, the Sharks. They've got an advantage in the map. They won the first. Now in the second, they are that close to taking a 16th. And now it's all about what the call is here from Paquetá. And I'll give you a hint. Maybe it's going to be a bit of lobby aggression.
It would be so funny if no one went lobby at all and they just all pushed up through secret.
In the one time that you're fully expecting it. I mean, they've only got upgraded pistols, so they need something different. So, I mean, I guess this is different. They're sitting a little further back.
Is this the fabled default?
It can't be true. Never before seen on a Paquetá CT side.
They said it didn't exist. Zevi, however, can't believe his eyes. He's found IDK.
Oh, man, he's been so good as well.
He has. 31 kills, and I mean, I know it's gone away in the chaos, but him and Nighton are neck to neck.
Yeah.
PGE has had a couple of big moments with the Deagles. Now would be a great time to deliver, but delivery is getting harder and harder. His destination further and further away as it's slipping through his fingers like sand. Okauzi feeling his legs turn to sand, crouches away, doesn't want to contest. It's all Nighton. A 1-on-5 needed. Some damage dealt, but at this point, all he's really fighting for is maybe the 30th frag at best, and even that can't be found. Young Sharks somehow managed to swim to shore.